Alright, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video for LEGO Marvel Avengers. Today we are tackling the 100% completion side of things for, of course, the Masters of Evil DLC. So hopefully we can get the job done, so to speak. Of course, thank you so very much for checking out the first playthrough that we had for the level. If you enjoyed it, I really do appreciate your support. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like. That would be highly appreciated. Let's go ahead and aim for 1,000 likes. Now, one thing that was brought up on the Captain Marvel DLC side of things was to actually turn off the Stanley and Pearl and the minikit finder. So we're gonna do that. Hopefully we can get things sorted out and find, sorry, I don't know why I said find so weird. And find. But yeah, essentially we're just going to try to find all of the items located, because after all, this is a 100% completion guide. Now, I know what you might be asking yourself. Wait a minute. I watched you play Masters of Evil the first time, and you had collected one minikit by mistake. Well, you'd be correct about that. I think because I didn't press like continue and like saved after that, for some reason, I had to replay the level, so this time around, I was careful about not collecting the minikit. Now, I still wasn't careful about not collecting enough studs, because I have the times 3,840 studs collected, or multiplier collected, and because of that, the stud counter just goes absolutely insane. So, with that in mind, of course, keep in mind the fact that going into this, you most likely will actually be getting 3 more gold bricks instead of just 2, because you're going to be also hunting down the True Avenger ranking by collecting a certain number of studs.
Only I, the brilliant Baron Zemo,
Oh, you're so brilliant.
using it to bring the meddlesome Avengers to a sticky end.
Oh, sticky Avengers. Wait, what?
My clingy crusade was
That's
a
not
gruesome grouping of
the most compelling premise.
radioactive man, Black Knight.
I gotta say, they do look awesome. Like, I love how cheesy these heroes look.
We formed the Masters of Evil.
Oh, what a great name. He's like, hey, we're evil, and we're so masterful. What are we gonna call ourselves? The Masters of Evil. Brilliant. Alright, so here we go. Dropping into the level here. I wonder if it's still gonna give us 4 heroes or not in free play. Nope, you just get 2 people. Okay, that's interesting, and that's a little bit different to what we had experienced before. So essentially, the way that this works, we played, of course, the level through. We're trying to activate these canisters of goo, or like glue, I guess, that are going to be putting many people, including Avengers, in danger. So that's kind of the whole premise there. All right, so let's see. All the figures are like repositioned now, so I'm trying to look for. Oh, there he is, Lao Fei. I'm so like not used to looking where we need to look now, because there's so much more characters. So I guess we'll begin by saving Stanley. I think we need to freeze this, right? There we are, Stan. Wait a minute, how was he not slipping on the ice? I guess I'm asking too many questions, but we rescued Stanley, so yay, 1 thing down. Let's carry on. Here is our very first minikit. So that's another thing that we have now cleared out, and we are no longer concerned about. Ooh, very nice. You can get a blue stud right there, so obviously take the extra few seconds to collect that, because why not get yourself the studs necessary to get the 100% completion on True Avenger ranking. Can we destroy this? No, we cannot. All right. There we are. All right, so that's 1 of 5 of those yellow little things that we've destroyed. So try to find the others. There's a Lego news sign. That's kind of cool. Ooh, wow. There's a lot of studs to be earned from this one area. Let's see. Maybe we could select a big fig that could like clear out all this stuff a lot quicker, like that. There we are. So there's a good way to go about getting some studs collected. Just select one of the big figs and then smash and bash. Smash and bash. It's a very valid strategy, as you can see. Lots and lots of studs to be had there. Alright, so before we proceed here, I wonder, do we have a melting arrow? Yes, we do. So we're going to melt that down. Whoa. Got him. Haha. No, he won't be. Alright, so that was minikit number 2. Going back to focusing on the yellow signs by the roads. So kind of the construction signs, that's what we're after. These things right here can give you studs as well, so obviously take the few seconds to get them as well. Boot it out of there. And let me continuously look for some of these yellow signs. Can we get a lot of studs from this? Ooh, okay. Wow, these bikes actually give you a pretty decent amount of studs, so that's nice. All right, I see another one of the yellow signs there. There's another one. So that's number 2. Ooh, gotta find the grate to get there. So we'll do that in a moment. I'm just gonna kind of keep things chronologically ordered in terms of finding items and then moving on to the next thing. I don't want to just kind of be doing everything at once. I think that'll be confusing. And here's your last one. All right, so there we are. We have located all of those, and that, as a result, gives us our third minikit unlocked. All right, so next up, we're going to need anybody with telekinetic powers, such as Scarlet Witch. And I'm guessing that there is a minikit hidden in the garbage can here. There we are. Fantastic. Get rid of this guy. Now, we can't get this minikit. I don't think we can yet. Oh, maybe we can, actually. Huh. Okay, cool. I wasn't even sure if we could get that already. Clearly, yes, we can. Whoa. Okay. Well, she took care of him quickly. So this is going to be our next minikit that we get. We need someone like Bucky Barnes, for example, who has the ability to grapple hook. So we're going to pull on to that and get our fifth minikit. So we're halfway there. We already rescued Stand-A-Man Lee, and we also, of course, have cleared out half the minikits available throughout. Can you get a lot of studs from that? Wow. Yes, you can. That was a lot of studs right there. So definitely take the few little seconds there. Can we destroy this car? I don't think we can, because that's going to be involved in the fight against Iron Man. So we're going to be fighting Iron Man and Thor in just a moment here. Okay, let me defeat this guy. There we are, just so we're not being attacked constantly. Can we destroy that any further? I think that's probably just about as much damage as we can do to that. All right, so we need somebody to dig now, so let's ask Squirrel Girl to help us out with this. And you just need to have any character that has the claws ability for this. All right. There we are. We got rid of him real quick. I wonder if Stan Lee can phase through. Can he? No, he cannot. All right, so that's interesting. That's actually one of the few abilities that he does not have. All right, so let's move on. Vision will be the one that helps us out to get our sixth minikit indoors here inside the restaurant. So now that we've gotten that collected, why can't I go back through? Oh, okay, because I was waiting for someone else. They're like, sorry, there's another customer coming through. Imagine if there's like a lineup happening for like phasing through stuff, like there's an actual like order to it and such. That would be kind of intriguing. All right, so we need to power this thing up. Let's ask Black Widow to help us with that. All right, get rid of that guy. And it's time for the electrical charge to occur over here inside the merchandise store. Hello? Howdy? Oh, okay, we need to mind control here. I thought we would just be able to, like, walk in and grab stuff. We're gonna use the leader for that, and that gives us our seventh minikit. Very cool. All right, so we are definitely making some very, very, very good progress here in terms of collecting all this stuff. So, we're gonna proceed up here, and then we need super strength. Luckily, whoops. Luckily, we have that. So, that gives us our eighth minikit. Very nice. I'm just gonna fly across. Can we not fly around this thing? Yes, we may. And once again, we need to... What? Wait, you can use Korvac for this? Whoa, his energy is actually electric? I didn't even know that. That is so cool. All this time I've selected this guy and I never actually knew that he does that. Wow. Okay, that's kind of embarrassing. Sorry about that. Alright, so that's another item collected though. And we just need to find one other minikit. Can we go up there? I was just wondering if we could. Can't go any further that way. So we've cleared out everything that is here. I'm just trying to think now, what could have been the item that we missed? Because there's one more minikit. And I'm just wondering, where did we miss it? Because we clearly did miss it. That certainly is confirmed, so to speak. Now, by the way, you don't have to melt this, since, as you saw right there, you can just fly up instead of having to do the jumps on the little tarp here. So this just brings up this little tarp. When you're playing the game for the first time, like the actual story mode, then you would obviously need to do this in order to get through the level. But right now, you do not necessarily have to do that. You can just fly your way up there without having to do it. The nice thing is that if you do complete it, as you saw right there, you get a blue stud out of that. So that's the extra kind of, I guess, motivation or benefit for doing that. All right, so once we're up here, we just need to solve this simple little puzzle here. Just follow essentially the arrows that appear in the order that they appeared in, and then hit that pattern on the D-pad, And once you've done that, you can carry on. Now, I will say, I am very, 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 very confused right now as to where the final mini-kit is. I'm trying to kind of look around and think, what possibly did we miss? I wonder if this giant neon sign has anything to do with that. Because it looks like maybe there would be something with it. Possibly. Nope. I mean, you get a bunch of studs from that, which is nice. I don't remember if this had anything to do with it. I know we're going to fight Iron Man here in just a second. I was just wondering. Didn't miss anything up here, did we? Oh, okay. I think I know where it is. I think I know where it is. We're going to need to fight Iron Man first before we can get it. I bet you I know where it is. All right. Let's actually use one of the characters from the level pack of the Masters of Evil. Why not? Try to utilize him for this task. There we are. And we're just going to activate the second canister. All right. Very simple pattern. Got it. And here comes classic Iron Man to try to stop the Masters of Evil. I believe he comes right after the second of these is activated. Yep. Here it comes. Hello. How's it going, buddy? He's like, let's do this thing. All right, it's time to fight. So we just do a little bit of damage, and then after that, he's going to proceed by flying up there. By the way, once again, you can get more studs collected from these little areas. And when you defeat the enemies in a quick succession, don't forget, you're going to get multipliers from that as well. So that's a nice quick way to get your multipliers up as well. All right, so now he's just going to fire at us for a while here. Once he misses a certain number of times, he'll come back down, and then you can attack him. And then for the final shot, we're actually going to assemble a weapon against him to fire right back at Mr. Tony Stark here. So all we need to do is put this thing together. And there it is. All right, do your thing, cannon. Bada beam, bada boom. And there's your underwear model, Tony Stark. Famous underwear model. Woohoo! All right, so we got rid of that. And now this essentially kind of opens up your entranceway to get to the other areas. Now, keep in mind, again, since we are playing this in free play, we could have done the top one up here already as well, just by flying up here and completing it, not having to do it the way that the game wants you to do it. So keep that in mind, that there is obviously ways to not like cheat, but work around the system, so to speak. So yeah, that's kind of cool that there are shortcuts in free play mode. All right, so we're just gonna complete this little pattern puzzle is what I meant to say. Let me attack that guy, and then you know what? Actually, let's not use Bucky. Let's use the Black Knight. Why not? I wonder if this one has the ability as well. Oh, they didn't give him the ability. Interesting. Okay. I thought both of them would have the same abilities, but clearly that is not the case. Ooh, that's a cool attack, actually. Look at that. Hold on, and then the Pegasus comes through. That was cool. All right, so this is where my prediction was in terms of what I think how to get the final mini-kit is. So I bet you need to rescan yourself twice into this machine here. Once as a shield agent, or any character like Baron Zemo could even make this thing work. Or then you follow that up with actually accessing it as a Hydra agent, which Crossbones is. So let's see if I'm right. Was my prediction correct, or are we just going to get studs? Ah, there we are. There's our 10th and final mini-kit now collected. I wonder if... nope, that cannot tag that. So we're just going to... Let's go to Iron Man. Why not? Let's do the Mark 16. That could be kind of fun. Tag both of those. Fly up here. Whoops. Don't let that thing land on your face. And then we just need to, again, hit the pattern correctly. That is a done deal. So that means we have activated 3 of the 4 objectives. Now, once again, if you don't have a flying character, or if you don't want to use a flying character, let's say you're completing some sort of a challenge with your friends or something, you obviously would need to build this to actually get up there. And then for the final few things that we need to complete, we're going to walk on over to here. We need somebody with super strength to break this thing. So just smash through that. And then you would use a character to pull on that lever right there, which would bring down this little elevator right here, allowing you to climb back up top. Then you just fire away at this thing, pull on the hook, which I guess I might as well show you how to do. Let's use Bucky this time. You just pull down the actual circuitry, shutting down that neon sign. Well, not just shutting it down, basically just exploding it, imploding it, sending it for a loop. And that will then allow you access to the fourth and final of the canister systems. So we're just going to walk on over to here, activate this thing. Whoops, can we not do that? Okay, interesting. Can Pepper Potts and the Mark 42 do it? Yes. All right, here we go. Oh, I thought it would be all in the same direction. That would have been interesting if it was all the same pattern. All right, so there we are. That is 4 of them active. We're going to make our way down here to fight Mr. Thor now. So let's hopefully hope he comes down here. The God of Thunder is here from down under. Look at those eyebrows. He is not messing around. Why don't we freak him out, actually? We're gonna freak him out by choosing himself. He's like, what is going on here? How am I fighting myself? All right, so we hit him once. Then he's going to basically fly away, land, and get an electrical charge going. And he'll be bringing down lightning bolts, as you'll notice here in a moment, to try to hit you as you try to make your way closer to him. So just kind of dodge most of those. He'll do that as well, sometimes if you get too close. But you just do a little bit of damage and then follow him in to his next area. I try to stick close to him so that he doesn't have all that much range to actually hit you with the lightning bolts. And then it is time for the final section here, where you just send a counterattack at him using Melter, and victory is yours.
Our evil plan became unstuck. Those tricky Avengers.
Those tricky Avengers.
Dastardly glue for solvent, releasing my captives. Yet I remain undeterred.
That's what they did.
I, Zemo, never surrender. It is my destiny to rule, and rule I... Wait.
Smoke bomb.
A smoke bomb?
And that's all that takes him down. Look at all the Avengers. They're like, yep, that's it. We did that. We took him down. Oh, man. I really, really enjoyed, like, the classic nature of that in terms of just being, like, really, really goofy styled comics there, which is really awesome. Meet the Masters of Evil is a trophy that you will earn upon completing the level 100% successfully, so that is pretty sweet as well. Of course, I already earned the True Avenger ranking, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, but you would earn it as well by collecting the studs throughout the level, breaking stuff, and collecting studs as a result of that. The True Avenger ranking will give you 1 gold brick. The second one will come from rescuing Stand-A-Man Lee. Excelsior, buddy. And then, of course, the final one will come from collecting all 10 mini-kits. So there we are with the 10 mini-kits collected. Let's see what we get. What kind of a comic book page will it be? Something Masters of Evil related, of course. And, ooh, that is awesome. Look at that fight there. You can see Wasp there and Scarlet Witch. That looks really cool. So there we are. We earn the 2 gold bricks that we were still missing, so that is fantastic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Of course, if you did, please don't forget to drop a like. I will catch all of you lovely folks next time. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you guys later. Alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.